It's a tune, right? I mean, sorry. Hello, are we live? Oh. Wait, hold on. Hello, are we live? You know, on the Mr. Matt YouTube channel, we say I never start a stream without my hydration. But what have I done on several occasions, including today? Start a stream without my hydration. I'm gonna go AFK in a minute, guys. I'm sorry, I'm late. This stream started so late again. I can't keep up with these dailies. But man, I'm checking everything on my list. It's all self-imposed. I'm doing this. I want to be here. No one is making me do this. It's just, oh my god. I can't keep up. I'm so tired. And I'm barely getting anything done. Today's been a very sleepy day for me. Tomorrow will not be. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. But we're live! We're finally here. So how are we all doing today? Mac, Insta, welcome. I thought there would be more people here. I should have done another community post after the watch page was up, but I've just been so busy. I haven't been able to. But guys, welcome back, finally, to Q&A number 4, normal questions. We're going to be doing something a little bit different this time around. And for those of you who aren't aware, there was recently a huge event. Oh, right, yep, hold on. I haven't even gotten this thing ready. Are there even a QOTD and charity shout-out for the Q&A? Dude, I've literally not done a Q&A in, like, months. I don't remember how I'm supposed to do this. Oh, yeah, no, I don't. No. I'm using this again. Here we go. Yeah, no charity shout-out, no QOTD today. I'm sorry. I haven't done one of these in ages, and I forgot. So there was recently a big event. Lots and lots of changes to the channel. But it's all been compacted into this. And the banner is finally, you know, set, at least for a few days. I'm pretty happy with my channel page right now, especially this. I want to expand this, but we'll see. But yeah, guys, today I'm finally back with another Q&A. If you want to ask me anything, any questions, it's the same old thing, you know, about me, about the channel. This is your opportunity. Your one opportunity for the next 6 months, because it's going to be a long while before these things roll back around. I don't do them often. I don't really need to. I don't get that many questions. So I actually want to talk about why it's called normal questions. You guys might be a bit confused about the thumbnail. Matty at Keeping It Matty, my upcoming Discord contest from 4 months ago. What on earth is it on about? What the hell is new role and what the hell is normal questions? Well, we have a lot to talk about. Because this isn't a normal Q&A. This isn't just me taking questions from chat, taking questions from that one community tab post that I did, which you can find over here. If anyone has even left a question there, no one has, so I guess I won't use it. And not just from Slido.com, because I was trying to use Secret Whispers again, which we used previously. And I was going to make a new account anyway, but it looks like Secret Whisper might be sharing the same fate that Etherio has, and, like, it just won't work. Like, I tried finding it, in a search, and it just didn't come up. I think Secret Whisper is dead. I think Secret Whispers has gone the journey. And I went looking for an alternative, and this is the new one I've got. Guys, I've actually got a QR code. This is how slick and modern we are, and I actually want to save this image and put it in the stream, so that if anyone's watching at any time, they can just scan that QR code if you want to be like that, all modern and cheeky and slick. If I just add a new image here, QR code, who knows, maybe I'll use QR codes in future for something. QR codes are very cool, very modern. I've been using them at my uni. Crap, where did I save it? Hold on, I don't want to show off too many of my files. I just saved this. Where is it? Why is it downloaded as an SVG? I wanted the image, you dumb fuck. Come on. Alright, let's try this again. I'm just going to call this one normal questions. Very smooth, very slick transition, as you can all see. Anyways, as we were, normal questions. I'm going to keep the QR code right here, so that if anyone wants to just scan that QR code, I'm not even going to say to scan it, you don't need to. Scan that QR code below me right now, guys, and you will be sent straight to the link. You can also use this code at slido.com, which is in the description. You type this into slido.com. I'll even show you how it's done. And you can ask me questions anonymously there. If you want to ask things anonymously, leaving your name is completely optional. And of course, it doesn't have to be your real name. But yeah, if you go on here, I don't know if you have to have an account. Right, I'm logged in. But I think you search that number. So if I go 9037806, it's not going to work the same for me. But yeah, scan the QR. Which I had the link in the description. It's clearly working because these people have put it here. Edgar is a fake name. This was me. This was me testing it. I am Edgar. But yeah, you can ask me anonymously here if you don't want your identity revealed. If you don't care about anonymity, you can just put it in live chat. I'll be checking both. But back to my original point. What is normal questions? What's this whole deal? Why has there been a secret channel on the Hydration Nation that has been here at the bottom of the utilities category for months with a secret group of people under the new role, who I will display on screen now because, yep, this is a real thing. This has been here for months. These people are all in on it. Nobody else knew about this. It's another one of my secrets. I've had this running for a long, long time. What is it all about, though? So, I'll answer the chat question soon. Livy, thank you for joining. For those of you who don't know, when I was playing Simulacra, I don't know why I typed this instead of just sharing a timestamp, but if you go to 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 44 seconds on my Simulacra live stream, right here, there's a whole bit.
Right, hold on.
There's a whole bit that I did.
2:05:44. Okay, 2:05:44 instructions. All right. Right.
And this is
These
from
are your
months ago.
instructions. Okay. If you are seeing this, you have been selected. You have been opted into the program. You cannot opt out of the program. There are no choices to be made. Your mission, as elite troopers of the Hydration Nation, the secret paramilitary force that I have recruited
I forgot about
from the
this.
masses.
You guys remember this?
You're being added. If you're not in the Discord, get on there. Okay, so here's the thing.
My background looked better back then, I'm not gonna lie. I've been tweaking it, but...
I'm too sick. I'm ill. I'm weakly. You have to do the mission for me, guys, okay? In several months' time, there's going to be a Q&A. You will know what the stream is when you see it. There is a playlist on my channel of Q&As, exclusively happening once every 6 months. They look like this. When number 4 happens, okay, it'll have a similar appearance. I can't say exactly what yet. It's currently April as this is happening. It's probably going to happen sometime in June, July. Maybe August. It might happen in August around my birthday, since it's a kind of a 6 month difference. Anyway, so the last one was on February 28th. So yeah, we're looking around August time. There's going to be a new Q&A. What I need you to do, in the spirit of Simulacra, in the spirit of this bizarre game and our bizarre phone adventures, I need you all to give me normal questions, okay? Normal questions. I need you to follow the way of Cassie and give me the most normal questions possible, okay? And what I want you to do, to make it even funnier, is to organize some kind of connection, have some kind of subtle background thread. So I keep getting really similar questions, which are really weird, that are kind of loosely connected around the same topics, but all from different people, and from people who are known in the community.
I forgot about this. I forgot I said that.
No, people who are known in the community who just coincidentally have all the same questions, okay? And they gotta be the most out-of-pocket stuff. They can be political, they can be rude, they can be sexual, I don't care. It's gotta be weird. And the critical part of this assignment, okay? True player.
So funny.
You're the one who suggested I replace
that was right.
in the first place. Who
True was appointed commander.
You're the reason this is even happening, and you are the one who
this is great.
Got the code first. You are
because
New
Ethan
Role
suggested
Prime, okay? You are New Role Prime.
That I play Simulacra.
I am entrusting you to moderate this chat because I am going to hide this chat from myself.
Yeah.
I am not going to be able to see this chat.
From Simulacra,
okay?
Hence the reference in the
Gone.
thumbnail.
I've already looked away. I'm not looking in it. I am not looking in normal questions. Only once I have reached the critical mass. Only once we have reached, the critical time on the countdown, the invisible countdown that has already begun. When I go live with this Q&A, only then will I reveal the normal questions channel. Until then, it is locked away. It is sealed. I can't even see it. All I am going to do is gradually add the new role to people.
And I did that. I've gradually added new people to it.
I know. Well,
the final list is like 20 people, not a lot.
But also, Ethan, true player, as new role Prime, it is your responsibility
new role
to add
Prime,
new people to the group, if you so wish. All of you are welcome to invite anybody as you so please, but it must be kept secret. It is critical, okay?
Yeah,
if this thing is leaked, if this thing is mentioned, if normal questions, if new role, if it's so much as mentioned in discussion 1 of the Hydration Nation, if someone brings it up in live chat, it's being deleted. I'm destroying the whole thing without
warning. Nobody leaked it.
Snap of my fingers.
To my knowledge, you kept it secret, which is very good.
Secret until the time of revelation.
But it's the time of revelation is upon us.
Is this understood? Do you understand the assignment?
All right.
You've got your instructions. Zan, let me just give you the...
and yeah, basically, I gave it to everyone who happened to be watching episode 2 of Simulacra at the time. And then I gave it to a bunch more people that I trust and people who I knew would be interested in it. And that's pretty much the story so far. So, in addition to actual normal questions, we've got this secret event thing to look at. So, I'm actually going to look at this one first, because technically it came first. Then I'm going to go look at Slido.com and live chat. Super Soul, welcome to the stream. I'll catch up with your guys' messages in a minute. I mean, yeah, I'm excited for this because I have no idea what's in there. I actually don't know. I haven't read any of the messages. I don't know how many messages there are. People might have just been having a chat in there without even posting questions. If there's like thousands of messages, I doubt there'll be that many, but like... Oh, only 95. That's actually very few. Okay, nice. Makes my job easier. So, this is Ethan's old account that was sadly deleted in a fiasco that happened on Shrine of Ambience. What's your sex life like? You already know the answer to that question. Normal answers! You ask normal questions, you get normal answers. But yeah, this is it. I have not read any of the messages since. I did directly message Ethan a few times about this. And he has directly seen this, but I haven't checked it out. So what have we got? Yeah, staff were able to see this, but none of them ever mentioned it, which leads me to believe that I actually did manage to hide this from, like... I don't know which members of staff weren't added. I think Corey... Lucy was added on purpose at some point. I think Corey... Ambience, Windbug... yeah, they haven't seen this, I don't believe. Then we also had Zach. A different Zach from the ones from... Shrine of Ambience, but yeah. The Wasp wants a war, they'll get a war. This is hilarious. Again, this is from 4 months ago, and I'm only seeing it now. So Insta was there. They're not taking enough damage. Get some headshots. Oh my god, this is brilliant. The war against the Wasps. I'd forgotten all about this. Also, the poor guy didn't have the Hydro Homie role at the time. But yeah, look at this. They had a whole... I don't know what the context for this was. I don't even remember. But they were fighting a war against the Wasps. We need more men! And then Supercell joined. Tasha, Brotato was added. I remember this. Maybe you should have done that. I don't know, man. I left it up to you guys. I left it up to Ethan to organize. Yeah. There were definitely people of all different kind of levels of, like, permissions included in this. Yeah, the plot has been informed. You can see... I love how unrelated these messages are. Grenade! Open fire! And this is like a whole day later. And then he's like randomly, who wants to play Uno in my server? We can play because I have a bot. And then like another day later, we won the war. It's like, bro, what? What is this guy talking about? This is completely unrelated. Where are the questions? Okay, and then this was forgotten for a while. This is what? May? So this is like, you know, a few days later. Where are the questions? What are these messages? Ah, yes, of course! Of course! I sent a message! I sent a message around the end of May. I was like, Ethan, I need you to post this in there. I can't look at it myself, it's the rule. But I post this to let people know that I am adding new people. As always, remember to stay hydrated. He was saying purge the messages, but they never did. Did nobody have the delete perm? Ethan should have had it. But yes, we got the new members. The cult. Is Pickle a question? I'm not seeing any question marks. Oh, yep, that was another announcement I made recently. There they are. Really, guys? Really? You know, a lot of these people did even send a message. Here we go! Finally! Some actual questions! Oh my gosh. Where are these messages from? This is like August. Alright, here we go. What is one project you absolutely hate that just won't die? And if you don't have one, what was the most disappointing... This has just become a way to troll me. People were tired of my shenanigans. After Debate Direct 101, they're just trying to troll me now. I respect the play, but, not funny. Not funny. Oh, Jesus. Really, guys? Did you have any other chance for this one that the overall low quality just kind of died in a quick matter? Well, this is an actual good question. So, channels before Mr. Matt, yes. There was one channel that I had before Mr. Matt, which I've already shown off in a few streams. It's called Cosmos Universe. See if you can find it. Overall low quality. Everything I've ever done is overall low quality, let's be honest. Died in a quick manner? Not really. I think Hydrated Highlights, you could argue, died quickly, which if you guys don't remember, was the troll... I did a troll stream where I deleted Hydrated Highlights, but I was pretending that I was deleting Mr. Matt, and I had people on for ages. It was great. But if I search Hydrated Highlights, maybe something will come up. Again, essentially, there's still a playlist of the re-uploads from there. There was a clips channel separate from Matt's Mist for clips, as opposed to memes. But the channel was so dead, I just decided to make Matt's Mist a place for clips as well as memes, and just had it all together, just all the bonus content. And some of the stuff that was more appropriate for the main channel, I just re-uploaded to the main channel, and that's all there is. There was a whole week where I was just premiering all the stuff while I was on holiday, you know, back to back. It was great. It was honestly great. Hydrated Highlights, deleted, gone, destroyed, doesn't have a place, but great. I learned a lot from that experience. So yeah, that's my answer. That was pretty good. You already know the answer to the first one, so I don't know why you're asking. But yeah. Tasha did come to my room the other day and say, you're going to be disappointed. And I was like, nah, I'll be fine. It'll still be funny. What's your favorite kind of balls? You know, as a distinguished ball enjoyer myself, bouncy balls. Bouncy balls, bouncy balls. Bouncing all the way. You remember the secret laboratory meme? And like the bouncy balls thing? You guys remember that? Also, I haven't actually read chat there. I'll catch up with you in a minute. I was gonna read through this first, but like, really? I pinged everyone. There was an announcement. Where's Ethan? Ethan didn't send a single message here. What happened, guys? Oh my god. Where's the imagination? Where's the creativity, bro? You have all disappointed me. Here we go. Finally, some good sauce. Some good sauce. This is the sauce. This is great. Where was this 4 months ago? You guys really just gave up? Really? I'm actually disappointed. I gotta herd you guys like cattle. I've gotta micromanage everything. It's fine, it's fine. I know I'm gonna get plenty of questions. I can already see a bunch on Slido, which I will be addressing very soon, so please stay tuned. And I can see a bunch in live chat. But, wow. It's fine. Guys, don't beat yourself up about it, okay? It's fine. This was just a fun little thing. Everybody was gonna forget it as soon as it was over anyways. It's like the least important thing I'm doing right now. Do not feel bad about this, okay? Like, I'm just like, did not one of you... Like, where's Ethan's leadership here? What happened? Y'all just kept saying, like... I got no ideas. We should delete all the non-questions, and didn't do it. Like... I don't know. I'll change how it's framed next time. Bouncing all the way. That was it, Supercell. Thank you. Yeah. So, here we go. Also, I'm going to answer questions as I go. Catch up with live chat now, because there's a lot of messages. Do I like bread? Hell yeah, I do, but only specific and limited kinds. Sourdough bread's okay, but, like, sour bread is not the best. It's, like, C tier. There's a lot of seeded bread, which, personally, I don't like eating. I don't like eating seeds. That's the kind of thing I give to the ducks. I'm doing great, thanks. Thanks for asking. The mission was kind of a failure, not gonna lie, Chief. I saw that earlier and I ignored it because I was like, what does he mean by that? Surely it's not that bad. But, yep. You guys, you failed the mission. The ultra-secret expert paramilitary unit is being officially disbanded, or whatever the roleplay shenanigans I came up with was saying. Yep. Alright, well. Lack of communication, I guess. I did do the community tab post, but, yeah, I don't know. That wasn't enough. Live and learn, I guess. Also, I mean... I did ping you guys. Like, not just today, but, somewhere... Yeah, here it is. I pinged new role, and nobody asked anything. Like, is this not, like, super suspicious looking? That was so intentional, but, nah, it doesn't matter. Well, but we do have some questions. Was it really a failure? We do have some very normal questions here. Alright. So, what's your favorite type of balls, as we've established? Bouncy balls. The bouncier, the better. Although not too much bounce. Too much bounce is just an anomaly and a threat. How do I eat my balls? It kind of depends on the ball. I mean, lots of, you know, kinds of balls. And, you know, I like my balls meaty. Not too juicy, just a little juicy. But mostly, like, meaty, maybe with a bit of sauce. And, you know, I usually just use a fork. Using a fork is pretty good. Sometimes I'll, like, cut it up in halves. Make it more bite-sized. It makes for a good lunch, I guess. I'm not sure what to say to this one. But yeah, my opinion on the Black Plague. You know, the Black Plague, black is, you know, one of the worst colors, as we all know. You know, it symbolizes death. It's kind of, you know, ominous. I'm just remembering the Code Black scene from the Simpsons movie. No, I'm joking. The Black Plague was devastating, and yet, like most major crises, such as COVID-19 or World War II, it had a silver lining. Because with a reduced population all across Europe, it actually encouraged wealth and growth for the people who survived, including all of our ancestors. Biased, but like, I'm not descended from the people who died, or I wouldn't exist, right? I think? I don't know. But, the Black Plague was a travesty, but I think it was, you know, nature teaching humanity the hard way, the importance of hygiene, because things did change after that. It was definitely a slow, gradual process in different parts of the world. But something that I know for a fact is that the fire of London actually killed so much of the rats and the bacteria, and like the carriers of bacteria, such as the rats, like the flies and stuff, that it, like, improved health despite the destruction of property, and medical science was nowhere near where it is now, but I think it did gradually start a process of learning for, you know, civilization at that point. So, you know, I'm just going to show this on the screen, it doesn't matter anymore. I was going to keep it secret, but no. There was a silver lining to it. I don't think it's all bad. It was a terrible thing, and maybe it would have been better if it didn't happen, but maybe it's better that it did. But I don't want to condemn, I don't want to say people deserve to die. What's your favourite time to die? The Black Plague era, but back then, of Black Plague specifically. I enjoy having Black Plague, Mr. Matt the Asthmatic says. No. Well, I don't want to say never, because immortality's a curse, but also, like, I don't want to die. Fuck, dude, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it up to RNG, I guess. What's your favorite romance? Come kiss me on my hot lips, I'm feeling romanical. I'm not sure whether to take these seriously or not. My favorite romance? As in, like, any romance? I mean, I guess mine. I have a girlfriend, guys. You wouldn't know it, she goes to a different school, but I totally have one. I guess you could rephrase this as also in terms of fiction. Do you ship anyone? Probably not. I don't know. Ever wonder how it feels to feel the embrace of death? Any romance. Thank you for the clarification. Mine. Personally, I'm not into death. I'm not really like a Thanos kind of guy. I think death is... She's, you know, she's alright. Not personally interested, but, it would probably be pretty cold. It would definitely be cold. I'll give it that much. Definitely cold. What do you think is the most optimal way to bake a cake? That girl from the Sporticus TV show, didn't she have, like, a song about baking a cake, and there was the puppet boy? I don't remember the characters' names! Dude, that gif is perfect. Thank you. Bake a... I don't know. I don't know how to answer these. Can I travel to your home? Yeah, sure, mate. Come on in. Here, let me show you my address. My address, guys. Right here. Hope you can read that. It's right there. Hope you can catch all that. That's my address. Come on in, we'll have a party. Come inside. Come upstairs to my room. No, go down to the basement. We'll have an even better time. Random side note. Tasha got me this for my birthday. Except it was a late gift. She forgot. And she just came to her room and handed it to me, like, a minute or two ago. I actually, like, filmed it. I don't know if I'll show you, but yeah. This is quite fun. It's got a fun little thing. And I can actually take this out and insert other phrases and stuff if I want to, but yeah. Chairman of the board. I mean, that's like a good podcast or a YouTube channel name, isn't it? Are you good? Is my on-air sign haunted? Is it this thing? Is it like magnetized? Maybe the battery's just running out. Maybe it's the demons. Do I need to get a Luigi board? Like, this is just a weird stream. Join me in the walls. I'll go inside the walls with you. But yeah. How were your couple holidays this month as well as your birthday? They were great, thanks. That's a real question. I should probably answer that last after talking about these more. These are great, Mac. Can I travel to your home? Ever wonder what it feels like to feel the embrace of death? How do you eat your balls? This is perfect. This is exactly what I was asking for. What is the perfect weight for a bowling ball? Bowling ball, obviously you want your nice 3 holes that you can like get your fingers up in. Not too deep, obviously. Just kind of get that grip. Nice, maybe like rubbery texture on the inside for grip. Obviously on the exterior, it's got to be quite heavy, so you got to be careful around it. You know, don't throw it around unless you're bowling. But definitely you want that kind of like smooth, like clean, shiny kind of texture. Really nicely polished. Like you want to clean your balls. You want to have your big bowling ball and just want to like kind of make sure all sides and all angles it looks good. That you could like lick it and it like your tongue would be clean. That's how clean you want it to be before you use it. My cake, honestly, I'm a big cake kind of guy. Like normally, just a little cupcake will do. I like cupcakes. Cupcakes are nice. They're delicious. It's just got the right amount of icing on top with a nice, sweet substance. But, like, if it's my birthday or, like, I'm just really hungry, like, I could have a pretty chunky slice of some thick cake. Like, a proper, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. I don't really mind what flavor. I'm not fussy about that kind of thing. Or even how it looks. But it's, like, my absolute favorite. That's got to be when you got that awful sugary icing that goes, like, on the top and the side. And you got, like, jam in the middle. And it's just, like, gooey in the middle. Just, delicious. And it's like, you got the right amount of textures and flavors all combined. I love cake. Just all cakes. Big, small, round, square. Square cakes are probably a thing. Yeah. What I meant to say is that the romance between me and Super Soul is actually the best one. But yeah. Was this completely useless and a failure? Not really. I actually thought those were some fun questions. But only 2 of you actually gave me some questions. So this role is changing. You failed. But I'm gonna remove you guys. Thank you for your contributions. You disappoint me again. I'm gonna delete this soon. Don't worry about it. But yeah. Might want to call Luigi and or the Ghostbuster if your on-air sign is haunted. Yeah, good shout, DJ. Good shout. Came back to thick cake. What on earth? Livy, as a bakery expert, I'm sure you've seen and experienced many a cake. Could you tell us about your experiences with cake and what your favorite kinds of cake are? I feel like I could learn a thing or two from you about cake. But yeah. So just to respond to the actual comments. Mac, you and Super Soul have not failed, which is why you no longer have the role. I want to make people feel bad about something this trivial. I'm gonna be petty, but not towards you. You get a pat on the head and a please give me content. I'm just kidding. This was hilarious, but yeah. Back, I think now, to Slido, where I'll be answering the anonymous questions, as well as the ones in chat. So let me just scroll back through chat. We already talked about bread. So, holidays this month, as well as my birthday. The holidays that I went on, they've been great. Also, I'm going to add the QR code to this screen, because I'm going to this screen a lot, because I just want to talk to you guys. It just kind of feels right. But if we head over to QR, where's my, there it is, QR code, boom. I'm just going to put this bad boy down at the bottom, like one of the profile pictures. Maybe it should be nice and big. Ooh, what if we had it, like, over here? You guys like that? We got it on screen, like a proper QR. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's actually bigger than it is on the other screen. But yeah, same QR. So, holidays. Holidays this month. Yeah, so I went on 2 holidays, and now that they're, like, been over for a while, I can tell you guys all about them. I don't like telling people about where I am while I'm on holiday, because it feels like doxing myself in a weird way. I don't want to risk anything. So, the first month in July, we went to Cornwall. First time I've ever been to Cornwall. Lovely place called St. Ives. It had an arcade, it had some great shops. it actually had strong waves, so despite being really grey and stormy and rainy all the time, it was fairly warm and everyone was surfing. The beaches weren't too insanely crowded, even though it was, you know, summer. And yeah, we did some surfing, it was really cool. Not like proper like standing up on a board stuff, more like lying down on your belly kind of surfing. But I got some practice in, still not very good at it, I need proper training, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun, even though I got a bit sick from all the sea salt going in my mouth. But yes, Livy, I don't know if I consumed a Cornish pasty there, but I have consumed many a Cornish pasty in the past in my various holidays into, you know, the southwest, you know, Devon, Dorset area of the UK. Like, I've been all over. Yeah, I've had plenty of those. They're good. No, we did. I did have a Cornish pasty, because we were staying in an apartment, which, if I'm being honest, was filthy and kind of crappy. Things didn't work. It was a really crap, cheap apartment, but it was serviceable. You know, the bed was nice. I had bands with my sister. It was me, Tasha Potato, and our parents, mum and dad. Just us. And yeah, we had a great time. We had Cornish pasties and like fudge and chocolate and stuff. There was always something to do. First 3 days we were constantly doing all these new things. Days 4 and 5 we were just kind of repeating and just having fun. I was vlogging as well. I actually filmed and took a lot of photos, like my old Cosmos Universe vlogs, and maybe I'll publish those, I don't know. But as well as Cornwall, which, you know, could have been better, could have been worse. We took the train there about, which is nice. We also went to Hastings. We took the journey by car, and I am not a fan of long car journeys. I actually get sick from the motion, so I always go by train. I can't stand being in a car for like more than 30, maybe 60 minutes at a push. Also, I need to plug my phone in. Where's my charger? It's down here. So, we actually stopped off in Tunbridge Wells for the first day. And Tunbridge Wells is a nice place. I could see myself living there, maybe. But as a holiday location, it's not it. Because all it's got is like regular town stuff, which is really similar to the towns that I've been to and where I've lived in the last 10 years. Like, it has a shopping district. The hotel was nice. We got some great pizza from Pizza Express. Let me just plug my phone in. Got the cable between my feet here. Come on. I'm too lazy to use my hands. Come on. There we go. Thank you very much. Phone's charging. And, yeah, the Tunbridge Wells was okay. It was kind of mid. But I love Premier Inn. Not sponsored, but holy shit, Premier Inn is the best. I love Premier Inn. They are excellent. I had a Premier Inn breakfast for the first time since before COVID, and it was an experience. I'd forgotten about the difference between the full English and the continental, and next time I want to get both for myself, because A, I was starving, and B, they have so much good food. Guys, like, if you've never been to a Premier Inn, you are missing out. They're definitely not perfect, and we've had bad experiences with them, but like, the room service, how clean everything is, the actual design of the hotel rooms and the hotels themselves, the staff, the breakfast, oh my god, it is just the best. Like, it is a treat. And we went over to Tunbridge Wells. This is all just one day. For the next, like, 3-4 days, we were in Hastings and Battle. The town of Battle, as in the location of the Battle of Hastings. Now, Hastings is alright. There was some cool, like, you know, shops and towns in that area. We went and explored. There's a beach. You know, we had this hotel, which was like really stylish and old-fashioned, very like upper, you know, high class, highbrow. It's called the George Inn Rye. You can find this on Google Maps. You can find out exactly where I stayed. A great high street, great shopping, great food, and we didn't buy stuff in the hotel because it was very posh and expensive, but the rooms were amazing. It was like walking back into the 1970s, and as someone who didn't live through that period, it was so weird and antiquated. But for my parents, it was nostalgic, because they had all these like brightly coloured orange, green kind of patterned walls. All the furniture, the lamps, the desks, the bedside tables, you know, aside from a few modern plug sockets, everything was authentically 1970s. It was amazing. Even the bathroom with like the old-fashioned light switch. And, I mean, the interior of the bathroom was definitely modernized a bit, but it was, like, pretty awesome. And we just hung out. We did a lot of fun stuff just in the hotel. Tasha and I had to sleep together in a room. They had these two separate beds that were almost conjoined. It was hilarious. We had pillow fights. We recorded ourselves pillow fighting in slow motion. I may or may not release those someday. we watched the Captain America trilogy from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I realized watching back that aside from the Avengers heavy stuff in Civil War, you can watch that trilogy without watching the Avengers movies and still enjoy it. Like, it's pretty good. I mean, Winter Soldier, I think it's hard to argue that's not the best Marvel movie. I think just because of the real world ramifications and relevance of that movie, on top of the quality direction and writing and everything, like, that movie, one of, if not the best out of all the Marvel stuff. But it's got some self-competition, I won't lie. Yeah, it was delightful. But Battle was the best part, because they have a whole museum there. They have the castle, that, the English king before the Normans came. What was his name? Harry? Yeah. They have the castle still there, and all the ruins, and stuff that's been built since, over the millennia, because English history starts in 1066. In my honest opinion, I know, obviously, there's been settlements that go back millions of years. You know, the Romans had their time, and then there was, like, a Dark Ages in the early medieval period where there was just, like, no progress of any kind. But starting 1066 up to the present, there is a clear progression throughout history of technology and society and civilization and religion and development. It is fascinating. I actually felt interested in medieval history for the first time since, like, middle school, because typically medieval stuff has always been the most boring stuff to me, because it's very samey and it focuses on the least important things in my experience. It's like, oh, kings and queens, battles, and wow, why should I care? But then you get to, like, you know, the day-to-day life and the inner machinations of the religious institutions and the military. And we had a tour in this abbey, which is normally closed off. It was exclusive to August. They have this special building with a guided tour that lasts like 30 minutes that you can only enter in August. So I got a very exclusive experience, which is really interesting, about the entire history from 1066 to the present of this building, all the people who've lived in it, all the things they've done. It was fascinating. Like, at some point in the Victorian times, there was this eccentric woman who would basically go out and try to run people over. She was like the inventor of vehicular manslaughter. It was this hilarious story. I'm retelling it poorly. I can't remember the details, but there was some eccentric, like, you know, families that lived there and would kind of, like, indulge in some strange, like, hobbies. They would play pranks on each other, even as, like, teens and adults. There was, like, sisters who would, like, you know, set fire to things. It was hilarious. There was also, like, this kind of, you know, micro-political, you know, battle early on in, like, the 15th century with these, like, monks, because it might not have been 15th century, I might be getting mixed up, but I think when Henry VIII created the Church of England, like, they had to kick out the old guys, and they got, like, really mad about it, and there was a bit of a fight over it. It was, again, loads of stuff like this. It was excellent, and, like, the actual rooms, there was this, like, big chapel thing, and then adjacent to it, down a little hallway, there was this big, like, boardroom, and these rooms hadn't been modernized. There is still stainless glass from, like, the 15th century there. In fact, the original thing was built in the 13th century, but it got adapted so you can see the time, because it's like, it was added on the 15th, and then the 18th century, new stuff was built, and you can see the textures of the rocks change. It was amazing. I got photos and videos and everything, and, yeah, there was a tour guide, this older lady who was telling us more about the battle itself, because we were overlooking the fields where it happened from the castle, because it's like this big expanse. It's just a bunch of ordinary looking fields with loads of trees and stuff now. But, like, she was telling us all about it and the kind of military tactics and technology, which is actually something I studied. So we had a bit of a chat. It was great, because as a history student, I actually benefited from that, even if I'm not really studying any of this. It was, I don't know, it was unique insight, and it was like, these people, they were really enthusiastic what they were talking about. You could tell they cared. And, you know, there were loads of great other attractions and, like, plaques and ruins of all these different buildings in the area that we explored. They had a great cafe. They had this big timeline in the cafe. If you guys go there, I can't remember what it's called, like the Battle of Hastings Museum in Battle, it's just off the high street, so the entrance looks really good as well. But there's so much to explore, and the cafe has this timeline on the corridor down to the toilets. It has a timeline that goes from the 11th century all the way up to the 20th or 21st, and each century details, like, specific events. And it's like, from my studies at university, I actually know a lot of what these are referencing now. There are not many gaps in my knowledge. It had like 1490 something, you know, Constantinople is taken by Mehmed II, and I'm like, I know that guy! I studied the Ottomans, I actually have knowledge on that, kind of, not really, because it wasn't the best course ever, at least not for me. Wasn't very good at that, for a few reasons. But man, the Ottomans are interesting, very, very interesting, among other things. Not one of my favourites, to be honest, but very cool. Corey, hey lovelies. How you doing? I mean nerds. I'm not sure which one I find less insulting, because nerds can be a compliment. I respect the nerds. Some nerds. Excuse me. Oh, but yeah. Yeah, but welcome. Lord of the Rings exhibition, Libby. That sounds awesome. Anyway, I've been rambling on, but that was a bit about my holiday. As a historian, highlight the holiday. Chocolate mousse. I have tried chocolate mousse and chocolate mousse cake. Good, but not my favorite. I give it B tier. But yeah. Anything I'm looking forward to doing in the next couple of months? DJ, you know what? I will answer that maybe towards the end, because there is stuff on the channel that I'm looking forward to, which might be cool to leave off on. But I've also talked about it. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stop stringing you guys along. I think people are tired of that. Honestly, I'm really excited for the start of my academic year. I'm going to be spending the next few days really... I'm going to be going back to campus for like whole days and just grinding out all the things I need to do to prepare for uni. I've got reading to do. I've got admin to do. I'm really excited to start my studies. And aside from one module that I didn't get, I'm really interested to see, you know, how that goes. I'm also really looking forward to what I'm doing with my YouTube channels. I have a lot planned for Mr. Matt. That roadmap that I made a while back still holds. The things vaguely mentioned for the rest of the year are happening. Nothing is planned for 2024 yet. I'm gonna, like, work on that mentally in January, like, after the Christmas holidays, because what I'm gonna do... Christmas holidays is going to be over. Come January, New Year, I'm going to be focusing on uni. Then I'm going to make some time for the channel, and then it's going to be a go. 2024 is going to be huge. I might plan some stuff before then. I don't know. Depends when I've got time. But yeah, the one thing I'm most excited for, though, is Continuity Era. Like, Continuity Era has been kind of dead lately, which is really unfortunate, but I have a lot of videos I want to release in the next couple of years for Continuity Era. Since the FNAF 10-year anniversary is coming up, the movie is coming up, and the 10th, I might actually focus on a lot more FNAF content for Continuity Era this year. What I don't want to do is make it a FNAF channel and get a load of subscribers and attention and then have it all die off as soon as I stop doing FNAF stuff, because there will still be FNAF content on Continuity Era for years to come, probably, but after the 10-year anniversary, I don't know... you know, if I'm still going to feel like doing any FNAF content. There's a chance, a possibility, that there won't be any more FNAF content at all on, well, Mr. Matt as well as Continuity. I don't know. I don't think it'll be like a strict rule, but you guys kind of know what's happened to that franchise over the years. It's tragic, but it's not all bad, and I don't ever want to play something because it was popular or there were expectations or because people asked me to. I want to play it or experience it, or make a video on it, or whatever, because I wanted to. The content I make at the end of the day is always, and has always been, and always will be, made for me more than anyone else. You just happen to have a similar interest. Everything I make, it's for myself. But yeah, and on the topic of FNAF, I'm just skipping over to Mac's question, because this is relevant. The second FNAF movie trailer... it released. I have not seen it. I am avoiding it like the plague. This is probably going to seem strange to you guys. And maybe the movie trailer doesn't, you know, this isn't a concern with that specific trailer. But the thing is, after seeing the movie trailer the release date trailer that they pushed out, I was starting to overthink the FNAF movie. And I was starting to get into predictions and analysis and stuff. And I don't want to do that. I should have gone into this movie completely blind. If I'd gone in completely blind, I think that would have been the best experience, because then I could really, like, see it for what it is. But the trailer has generated expectations and ideas in my head, and I'm trying to suppress them. And luckily there's so many different ones that it's not really a problem, but I feel like if I look at any more preview content of the FNAF movie, like, I'm gonna basically see the movie before it releases, and I don't want that. I want to experience it fresh, and I feel like if I watch that movie trailer, like, it's just gonna spoil too much. I'm gonna, like, have a judgment on the movie before it's released, and I don't want to do that. I really don't. I actually want to share a message that I put on the Shrine of Ambience. I'm gonna start responding to Slido as well. Sorry for the wait, guys. But if we head over to the Shrine of Ambience, and I search for messages from myself, messages from Matt in the FNAF MISC. Was it not FNAF MISC? Which channel was it? Was it VIP Lounge? Was it Lore? Wait, why don't I just search FNAF? If I just search FNAF. Here we go. This is it. So, this is actually before the trailer, I think. Someone was saying, how are we feeling about the movie right now? Gonna be good? Bad? In between? And to be truly honest, just to sum up what I put here, you can read the full thing if you want. I'm hoping it's good. I want it to be good. But mentally, I am preparing for it to be bad. But what I am gonna be the least prepared for is if the movie's mid. I think if something's mediocre, it's actually worse than if it's bad sometimes. If this movie's mid, or if it's mid or bad, and it's successful, I mean, that's like the worst case scenario, because that would be a straight up repeat of what happened with Security Breach. A big project that was hyped up, that was looking to be one of the best, most ambitious things ever seen in this franchise, only to be absolute garbage, and yet, still a massive success. That is the worst case scenario. If it's good and it's successful, or if it's bad and it flops, if it absolutely flops, regardless of quality, sure, I understand. But if it's a success and it's not good, I'm actually going to be pissed. That is the worst case scenario, and that will be so sad. Because people are already talking about sequels and adapting FNAF 2 and 3 into a movie, and at this point, I think it's guaranteed to happen. Because FNAF is such a cult following, it will be successful enough at the box office for that to be funded, I'm pretty sure, even if it takes forever. But, like, if the writing and the script still sucks after all the iterations Scott Cawthon pushed out, you remember that Reddit post from, like, years ago where he did so many different scripts, and some of them sounded decent, and he still scrapped them. If the script actually is still bad, then my faith in Scott Cawthon as a writer is completely lost. He just needs to stop writing. There's no way the script can be bad after that many iterations, and yet, I'm still anxious, because I don't trust him. I don't trust anything with FNAF content these days. Any trust I had was wiped away rapidly, between Scott Cawthon's retirement, Security Breach, and everything that went down in the fanverse. Like, there's just way too much, way too quick for me to actually cling on without any doubts. It's, ugh. But, you know, I have hope, because I want it to be good. I really do. But yeah. But I don't want to watch the trailer, so please don't, please, guys, please. I want to go into this movie blind. Speaking of roadmap, I'm actually planning on reviving community build for the year of 2024. I am officially doing things now for the future. Yeah, I saw all those events you got lined up. It was kind of crazy. Listen, guys, I don't want to be mean, but if I'm being perfectly honest, community build has been kind of dead. Like, this server has like 100 channels. It has like hundreds of members. But in my experience, it's only ever been like the same 5 or 6 people who ever send messages more than once in a millennium. I did an experiment a while ago, and I just picked random usernames of people I didn't know and searched for messages from them. And as it turned out, almost every single one of them had 1, 2, or 3 messages sent because they joined and then they just never did anything. And I don't know why they didn't leave. It's really strange. This server needs, like, a bit of a purge, I think. But, yeah. Here, look at all this, though. Halloween Fest, Christmas Wonderland, Community Build Day, Lost Noodle, Lovely Noodle. I'm really interested to see what all of these things are. What exactly is happening is pretty vague at the moment. It just says things will be happening, but I'm sure there'll be more details as the time approaches. That looks very interesting. Also, this is new. Let me add that. But yeah, like, Corey is archiving all the, like, dead weight and really, like, streamlining everything and just, yeah, improving the server. I mean, I actually do use Community Build kind of frequently, but to say that it's, like, this big, successful server is just kind of not true. Like, it just isn't, man. It's about the same size. In terms of, like, activity, it's actually less than the Hydration Nation, despite having so much more. But I think that's going to change. I really do think that's going to change. It's probably more equivalent to, like, Ambience's private server in terms of activity. But yeah, if you expect disappointment, then you can never really be disappointed. Exactly, Libby. I don't want to do that too much, though, because then, like, I won't enjoy the FNAF movie. I'll stop myself from enjoying it out of anxiety, which is stupid. I just want to try and view it as objectively as possible and go into it with an open mind, just with no expectations. I'm really good at turning my brain off. I walked out of The Rise of Skywalker thinking, that was alright. So if you want further proof that I used to be completely illiterate and, you know, very capable of turning my brain off, yeah, Rise of Skywalker. That was a good movie. Luckily, I learned my lesson pretty soon. Instagram ads for Community Build and video ads. That sounds cool. Okay. But anyways, let's actually read off some of the ones on Slido.com. Sorry to keep you all waiting. So, these are in reverse chronological order. We're going to start at the top and scroll down. Can I delete these? Why don't I click this? Oh, it disappears. Okay. That highlights it. Oh, it's just by popularity. The order doesn't matter. So, Aero has asked me, what made you start YouTube? The classic question. I'm pretty sure I've answered this before, but maybe it wasn't phrased the same, so the answer won't be phrased the same. I started YouTube because I had a few different kind of like things going on. There were several factors. First things first, I had recently started watching YouTubers and felt inspired by people like 8-Bit Ryan and Matthew Santoro, and also personal friends of mine in school, in my classes. It was just like year 7, year 8, 2014, 2015. There were people I knew personally, and I was like friends with them, and they had their own YouTube, and I was like, this is cool, I should join in. And then there was the French project. I had to do a video project for my French class, where we basically did some kind of clever presentation based off French, like, nouns. Not nouns. Adverbs? Verbs? I can't remember. The thing is, my group was so shit that we basically failed because we didn't submit anything. I was with some of the laziest scumbags in the class. Boys who would go on to achieve absolutely nothing to my knowledge. It's kind of sad, honestly, but, like, I know some guys who were, like, never demonstrated self-awareness. They never looked into themselves and thought, what am I doing? Why am I here? They didn't even try in, like, any of their classes. They didn't have an inkling of, like, a career choice or kind of, like, you know, a work ethic. I sincerely hope they have found support, because I have no idea what they're up to now, and I dread to think where they've ended up if they haven't changed. But what this led to, after getting a detention for failing a group project, is to me doing it completely solo. This was a project that was supposed to be done in a group of 4 that we were given like a month to do. In like 1 week on my own, I created a project that not only got top marks, but was so beloved it was used as an example for year groups after I left that school. And that video is still publicly available on my old YouTube channel. I did this little animation with toy Daleks. I was a big Whovian. Doctor Who's a big thing here. And it was there, Daleks, stop motion animated, demonstrating these verbs in French. People loved it. They ate it up. And Tasha's class, my sister Potato, Tasha, she had the same teacher in a different class the year below me. So next year, she described to me how people reacted to my thing and how popular it was. And it was like, I was a fucking hero at my old middle school. My middle school was like, it was just such a wonderful community. And it's like, people actually like me. I had like a huge reputation, not just within my own year group. Pretty much everyone knew who I was. Loads of people knew who I was. Everyone loved me. I'm not just saying this. You know the guys who peaked in high school? I peaked in middle school. That's how sad I am. I peaked in middle school. I was friends with, like, virtually everyone. Boys, girls, teachers. I wasn't a straight A student, but I was in the top sets for everything. I wasn't the best in any subject, but I was pretty strong in all the essentials, and my only weak classes were stuff like French and DT. And even in French, you know, we got this. I remember some of my DT projects. I still have them. That was fun. I wasn't very good at DT. I was like a C-tier student, but I had fun, and it was such a happy vibe. It was a really, really nice school. Well-funded with all the right, you know, facilities. There was... I'm feeling nostalgic for it now. It's such a great community. The classes, the people, the subjects, the teaching. My middle school was absolutely golden. One day I'm going to reveal the name and the location and everything, but for privacy reasons I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it was the absolute best. Happiest part of my life. If I'm being honest, as soon as I left that school, I've like never felt as content with my life since, but that's just how it is. Could be worse though. Like, my uni years as an adult now, and with my current situation, are a hell of a lot better than my high school years. High school was fucking rough. Senior, secondary, whatever you call it, high school, yeah, it was easily the worst years of my life. But, you know, everything has to change. Kind of look at the draw. Anyways, I ended up on a whole tangent here, but yeah, that's the reason I started YouTube. I could even show off the video, but I'm not going to. You have to go find it. But yeah, it was multiple reasons. It was inspiration from the platform and creators on the platform, friends, and a necessity, because this video project needed to be uploaded somewhere, so I put it on YouTube. Someone on the internet asks, if YouTube ever happened to get nuked for whatever reason, which it won't, if we're being honest, let's just pretend, what platform would you move to? I think in like a decade's time, this could be a real concern, and if I'm being honest, there is no platform that can substitute for YouTube. I think if there ever came a time where YouTube was becoming unusable or got nuked for whatever reason, supply and demand would dictate that someone would build something that provided a similar experience. Something would exist, just by necessity, because there would be so much demand for it. But I also don't think YouTube is ever going to die, because it's like friggin' Google and it's huge. But also, if we're talking about what exists at the moment, there is no alternative. Twitch fucking sucks. I hate Twitch. I will not stream on Twitch. YouTube, there's nothing that comes close. I can't think of a single platform, even ones that support video and live streaming, like Facebook, no thank you, which could ever substitute what I do here. There is no other platform, to my knowledge. So maybe I would have to look up some obscure, decentralized social media in order to do this kind of thing. But, yeah, I really don't know. What do I think about wasps? Asks Anonymous. Anonymous, I hate wasps. The war with the wasps should be over. I thought we defeated them. The wasp threat has been vanquished. We used our grenades and our guns and our cannonballs. The wasps, go back to the forest. We need to take the wasps and put them back in the forest. Where they belong. I don't want them bothering me. They can, you know... Oh man, I'm getting itchy nose. Excuse me. Just thinking about wasps is giving me a nose rash. I hate the wasps. They're annoying, honestly. And they're actually dangerous. Wasps can, like, actually hurt you. Wasps are the worst. I got stung by a wasp in, like, the ankle once, and I could not sleep because it was, like, 3 AM. It was awful. Wasps are disgusting. I don't want them anywhere near me. If you could trade places with any fictional character, who would you choose and why? I guess Steve from Minecraft, because I love the world of Minecraft, and I don't think there's any other video game world I would be happy to permanently exist in. I think if I had to permanently travel to a fiction... Oh, because you mean swap places, right? Like, this means I'm trapped in the fictional world. If I had to be trapped in a fictional world, I would happily settle for Minecraft, because not only is Minecraft still being updated, even if it's not, even if it's a relatively old version, there's so much to do. It's like an infinite world, and there's so much joy to be found. Even if it's only 1.16, I wouldn't like to go earlier, but even if it was like, you know, the current version locked, like, even if it was hardcore, I would just play safe. It would be wonderful. It would be an absolute delight. Corey says, although, just thinking about it for a minute, this isn't strictly games. I wonder if books or anything is a good fictional character I want to trade places with. I'm trying to think of, like, who just lives a good life. Because most good fictional characters go through horrible, horrible moments in their life, and they actually have pretty shitty lives full of strife. And pain. Like, I wouldn't want to swap with, like, Percy Jackson. The trauma that guy's gone through, and everyone in, like, Heroes of Olympus, so much trauma, holy shit. I don't know. If I were to swap places with a fictional character, maybe someone like Sonic the Hedgehog. He's always just a very chill guy, and, like, he always wins. He just has a very fun life, but I'm not really into Sonic. Doctor Who's a bit of a gamble. That's got everything. The highs and lows. Maybe the Doctor. But I don't know. It's hard to say. I think I'm going to stick to Steve Minecraft. If you could have dinner with any historical figure in their time, but in a modern day restaurant, who would you choose, and what restaurant would you choose, and why? Okay, so the historical figure is probably to be someone significantly older than me. I'm assuming they're taken out of a certain point in time, and I assume they're gonna have, you know, pretty traditional, old-fashioned tastes. So I would probably pick a local non-brand restaurant that provides a very, you know, not like posh and fancy, but like, you know, traditional experience with like proper food. Not like a McDonald's. Maybe, again, there's a great restaurant near me called Monty's, which provides proper, you know, traditional breakfasty type stuff, like eggs and bacon. It's really nice. So I think I'd go somewhere like that. I don't know what branded places are like that. But again, because Monty's isn't too expensive, it's very reasonable. But the historical figure, there's a lot of good options out there. There's a lot of good options. The first one that comes to mind is Einstein. Not only was he a genius scientist who I think he could probably teach me quantum physics, or whatever it is, in like a few minutes in a way that a child could understand. I think also he had a really interesting philosophy that I could benefit from. And I think his kind of, you know, mission in life, spreading peace in a time of war, as a German Jew, if I remember correctly. Or is he Austrian? I think he was Austrian. Like, what a man. What an absolute legend. I think he is someone I would love to have dinner with. But in terms of other historical figures, there's definitely people that would be interesting to talk to, like Hitler. But I wouldn't get anything valuable out of dinner with Hitler. I think maybe all the ancient Greek philosophers like Aristotle or Socrates. Socrates would probably be the top pick. I just think he's fascinating. He would be so contrarian and bizarre and unique. He would be just an absolute joy to talk to. I wonder, excuse me, if, I don't know. Maybe it'd be interesting to have a woman like Elizabeth I, just to see just what she's like. Because being a woman in certain parts of history is quite interesting. Being a woman in power, Cleopatra, I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Einstein, but there's definitely some interesting picks out there. There's probably a lot more unsaid. Do you plan to play more party games for charity streams, like Jackbox Packs? I don't know what Jackbox Packs is, but yes, it is going to be a while, because I was going to do a charity stream today, like an event, like a few months back, but I cancelled it because we just don't have time. My schedule with Debate Direct 101 and everything, there's been so many small events this summer, I wasn't able to put it all together. So what is going to be happening is something at Halloween themed around horror games, and then when it gets to, let me actually, what is this? Just give me a second, guys. What server is that? Oh, right, yeah, sorry, no, there's some random servers that are appearing. I'm on loads of stuff that I've forgotten. I need to create a voice channel. For testing. Test VC. Thank you. Alright, anyway, where were we? Yeah, so. That's weird. Okay. I know there are Discord activities here. Watch Together, Gartic Phone, Poker Night, Put Party, Whiteboard, Chess in the Park, Blazing Eights, Know What I Mean, Bobble Lounge, Colour Together, Landios, Sketchheads, Spellcast Letter League, and Checkers in the Park, of which I've only played a couple of these. There's a lot of these I've never played. But I think event stream, like a party stream with these as like the entire stream as the theme, could be really good. And I think maybe that's something that I should do around Christmas, because unless I'm doing like a charity stream in November, I can't think of a better time to do those. September I'm busy, October Halloween is happening, so November or December, maybe I'll do something with those. And I don't know if Jackbox is on there somewhere, but you got me thinking about the Discord activities. The Discord activities are really cool, and I definitely need to use them more. Yeah. Jackbox is peak comedy? I'll take your word for it. Anonymous also asks, and this may not be the same person, what planet would you live on apart from Earth? Of course, pretending that other planets you could actually survive on and you won't instantly die. Well, this is basically, Matt, make up your favorite perfect planet. I mean, if I could survive on another planet, not even thinking about how I traveled there, I guess something like Pandora from Avatar? I don't know how to answer this. I mean, Earth has got issues, but like, I can't imagine living on a planet without all of the things that I have on Earth. Like, I wouldn't want to live on Mars, even if that was terraformed and stuff. I feel like I want to stay on Earth despite all of the issues plaguing it, because I actually am scared of heights, and flying scares me. Going to space, dude, I would freak out. I would not cope. And even if there was some process where that wasn't an issue, like, I don't know, man. I think we need to dispel this idea. Bill Nye said this generation really needs to embrace this idea that we only have one planet. We cannot use up Earth and then discard the entire planet like trash and relocate to a new one. That is not going to happen in time to save the human race, okay? We need to act like we've only got one planet. Because even with the possibilities of terraforming Mars, let's say, the expenses and the time and the infrastructure needed to make all of that happen for more than like a couple dozen people would literally take centuries, millennia. It's not gonna happen before the Earth, boils at the rate it's going, and, the oceans start flooding landmasses. Like, this planet is the only thing we have, okay? This is the only habitable planet, because the other planets are light years away. We're not gonna get to those, never mind within our lifetime, within our descendants' lifetimes. Like, we need to act like we've only got one planet, because in effect, we really do only have one planet. We cannot just leave Earth. There is so many reasons why, even if that was like a big focus, we wouldn't be able to do that in time before, the climate crisis, basically started dooming humanity. Like, we need to get it together and make the most of this planet, because we only have one planet. I think every world leader needs to go back and watch WALL-E. That's my statement on it. Everyone needs to go back and watch WALL-E. WALL-E has the answers. WALL-E taught us. Like, even if we do have the resources, it's no life. We only have one planet. But yeah, seriously, like, we gotta look after Earth, because once she's gone, we're gone. And there's a lot of real science to back this. Another anonymous asks, What is a skill that you are most proud of and you think is most useful? I have several fairly mundane skills. I think my ability to handle the mundane and the tedium, I actually quite enjoy just organizing file folders. I am going to spend a whole day doing that. It was going to be today. I'm going to spend a few hours on it. It might be tomorrow now. But, like, I am just going to sit down and sort out my files. I am really good at, like, monotonous admin tasks and just kind of getting on with things. Even if there's no music and I'm on my own, I can grind through it. I feel like it's taken me a long time, but I've become... Well, I don't want to brag, but I've become more resilient than average. I've become pretty good at, you know, handling big, boring tasks. And I think also I have a lot of good... I mean, this is just reading off my CV at this point, but, you know, in terms of employability, I'm really proud to say that, you know, I'm quite flexible, I'm good at adapting, I'm good at organizational skills, you know, I'm good at communication, I'm good at communicating with people on a team, in a workplace. I'm really good at basically all the skills you need in most jobs. Like, that's not me bragging, I'm just saying, like, most jobs use the same skills that you do throughout school, and I have honed these to a high level. And, you know, the tricky part, I guess, maybe is adapting them and dealing with individuals, but I can do that. I'm proud to say that my, you know, communication, resilience, determination, logistical, organizational kind of skills, there's no one skill I'm most proud of, and I don't really have a niche skill, which is probably a bigger issue. What I really need to work on is a niche skill that is also highly demanded. Something that's essential and that people are always going to want. Something like, you know, being a plumber, which I could do, but I probably won't because it's just not something I'm interested in. I'm interested in, like, the news. So I think something in journalism. Because I think you could also argue we are always going to need journalists. Humanity without the news is an ignorant humanity. I think it's an essential thing for our society, for our economy, for civilization. People need to be in the loop about what is happening in the world. So I would consider it essential. And you know, there's some other things, like I'm a competent video editor, I'm a competent gamer, live stream all of this. I'm a competent, you know, writer, for non-fiction at least. Liminal asks, if you could only choose one thing to bring with you to a deserted island, what would it be? One thing and one thing only? With no rules, no limitations, no loopholes? A teleportation device that immediately and safely takes me to my home with no issues. In fact, no, not teleportation, a wormhole device that takes me to my garden completely safely and efficiently and effectively. And that's just, you click a button and boom. Just a portal. So I can get back home. That's a bit cheaty though. And yeah, I don't like the ramifications of teleportation. Is it really you when you reassemble those particles? If I was like actually stuck and I could only bring one thing, it's got to be something to get me out of there. Because I'm not surviving there with one item. It's got to be... a nuke. A nuke. An entire nuclear weapon facility. Does that count as one thing? A nuke that I can launch, explode in the atmosphere where it doesn't harm anyone, and get the attention of the entire world. So that someone will come and rescue me. It'll be the first nuke launched since 1945. Actually, that's not true, because there's been tests. I think. Just a nuke. It can be like the smallest, weakest nuke. Just something that will get on the radar of every major government. So I will be rescued quick. Corey, someone will enter. Someone will go there. They'll be interested. I don't know what else I would do. Can it be like an anomaly? Can it be something made up? Does it have to exist in the real world? No. I'll get a massive stack of oil to summon the United States. But yeah, MD, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Anuka's crazy. I love how you guys reacted to that. Governments will be on that ASAP, yeah. Alright. If you could change something on Earth right now, including laws, politics, views, and all that, what would you change and why? Asks Anonymous. This is... I could talk for like a whole hour about this. Like, how would I design Utopia? First things first, I don't believe Utopia should be designed by any one person. No one should have that kind of power. And I don't believe I know what's best for humanity. I am not sure exactly how I would design a utopia. So I would just nudge the world as it is in the right direction. If I could change something on Earth right now, like Thanos snap and I can just change reality? I'm going to come back to this because this needs time. And this is also a very interesting question, but I'll tell you what, guys, I'm getting hungry. I need to go AFK. I'm going to do a quick break. 5 minutes. I'll be right back. We're going to finish this Q&A. I say we're about halfway through. I'll be going for an hour and a half. We'll finish this in another hour. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, like, share, and subscribe. The support is really very much appreciated. Check out the links in the description below. You got the Discord server, my other YouTube channels, all the usual stuff is there, except the charity shout-out, QOTD, none of that. And yeah, feel free to keep asking me things. I need to go AFK, because I need to go to the toilet, and I also need to eat. It's a bit uncomfortable. But I'll be back in just a few minutes, and we're just going to finish doing this Q&A. You know, normal questions or not. So, yeah, I'll see you in just a bit. And I'm back. Hello. So, questions. So, heading back over once again to good old Slido, which is going to be the new default, I think, for these. Let me actually display everything in order of recency. So, start YouTube, I've answered that. YouTube being nuked, wasps, yep. Fictional character, dinner, yep. Answer these Chinese stream games. Planet, skills, Deserted Island. This one I need to answer. I'm gonna just tackle these in order. Alright, so if I could change something on Earth right now, including laws, politics, views, and all that, what would you change and why? I think changing people's views is dangerous because communism could work if we were all like ants and we were programmed to think the same. But what kind of a life is that, you know? Read Brave New World. I think if I could change anything on Earth, I would... I want to make weapons cease to exist. But that's complicated. I mean, I guess world peace is the goal, right? No more war. Make people actually talk about their issues. God, I don't know. There's so much you could do. I think I would have to implant an idea. I'd have to educate everyone, if I had that power, to like make everyone see the world as everyone else sees the world and come to a greater understanding. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's too big a question. I don't even know. I actually can't. I'm sorry. I can't answer that. If I could change everything, I'd change... I just try and educate people, I guess, to make better decisions and maybe, like, you know, find a way to distribute wealth more equally. Billionaires should not exist, period. It shouldn't be possible to be a billionaire. Like, I don't know. There's so many things. I think if we're going to be realistic about it in the real world, there are just a lot of, you know, policies I would change. And spending decisions I would change for the UK government. I'd start with that, I guess. I don't even know, though. I feel like there are other people who know better for their own parts of the world. You know, I don't know what to do with China. I'm not Chinese. I don't have any knowledge of Chinese culture or history. I can't say. You know, as an example. Anyway, you have to choose 5 jobs for AI to completely take over, and 5 jobs that AI cannot ever take over for the future of humans. What jobs do you choose? I like this question, and I actually think it's pretty simple, and the way AI is being developed now is completely backwards to not only what was predicted, but what, you know, it should be used for. 5 jobs for AI to completely take over. This is a really interesting prompt. Whoever came up with this, thank you, you're creative. 5 jobs AI cannot ever take over. I think right off the bat we have to clarify art, as in like drawings, writing, as in like scripting, and that can be anything. It can be programming, that can be creative writing. I could specify both, couldn't I? Let's say creative writing. You know, stuff like you know, film production. I know that's a broad term for a lot of things, but specifically like, you know, or video production, shall we say. Like, I don't like that they used AI for Secret Invasion. I'm not sure how to feel about that. It's because it's putting people out of work. I think you can see where I'm going with this, right? It's like art, creative writing, video production, acting / voice acting, and I'll think of one more. Basically, all the things that are defined by human impetus and kind of like creativity shouldn't be taken up by AI, because it will cause travesty for social and economic reasons. It shouldn't be happening. Unless we change to a world where people who are unemployed get an income from the government so that they can live comfortably. And, you know, just like a base level income, which does exist in some countries and has been successful, mostly. Yeah, no, if we're still committing to the version of capitalism that we have in place, then this cannot function. We need to evolve now. I think we've been in the current stage of capitalism for a bit too long. We need to develop how our economy works. And I don't even think we need to do anything that radical. It's just, you know, distribute wealth a bit more equally. It really is that simple. It just kind of, honestly, you could just, you know, put more competent people in government and more compassionate people in government to change how spending is done. We wouldn't even need to change the system, really. But anyway, if I had to sacrifice 5 jobs for AI to completely take over, what jobs does nobody want to do and is, like, tedious that AI could do effectively? I think programming is one. I'm not saying humans can't do programming, but in this scenario, if I had to sacrifice something for AI, I think programming is one of those things that would be a benefit for AI to do. Because AI can already write and speak and write, read and write like all programming languages. There's, you know, programming can be pretty monotonous. So if you just ask AI what you want, tick, done. Now anybody can be a game developer. Maybe that's a bad idea, but I don't know. I'm trying to think. Administration. Like, what's it called? Accountancy! Accountancy, dude! Being an accountant, literally the kind of job I could go for, but so tedious and monotonous. That is something an AI could absolutely do, probably to a better standard than humans. Also, yeah, we've got to think, what are the kind of jobs that humans fuck up because of human error that AI would completely eliminate? I don't know, like file storage, like organizational stuff, like whoever does that, type thing. I don't know, like, what job that is, but when you work for Google and you have to, like, you know, manage all the servers. Yeah, I know, Mac, but programming isn't that creative most of the time. It can be, but I think a lot of the time, I don't know. You know what? I'm on the fence about it. I'm just gonna remove it entirely. We're not gonna talk about programming. Admin, accountancy. I don't know what this is called. I think that would probably just be a form of administration. Let me think about this. Oh! Manufacturing. They already use machines to manufacture cars. AI, I think, could probably manage a production line. I think, like, an AI could probably manage... Like, if you had, like, an AI manager for a completely automated system, that could work. Maybe not now, but in the future. I think AI could definitely make that work. Ooh, this might be a bit controversial. Taxation. I think if AI did taxes, it would literally be better than humans in every conceivable way. Because an AI cannot feel greed. Unless it's sentient, which is a whole different thing. I'm talking about, like, artificial intelligence as it currently exists. Like, machine learning type thing, not sentience. Sentience, the singularity, that's different. I think taxation, I think just taxes. It's kind of a form of accounting, but, like, you kind of see what I'm going for here, right? I'm gonna say music composition here. And then for AI, I'm gonna say... I'm trying to think what wouldn't be harmful. Oh, I've got a good one. Driving. AI-driven cars. Imagine that. I think that could work. That could be absolutely disastrous and endanger a lot of lives, but I think if the AI functioned as intended and worked properly, which I'm hoping, because if the AI doesn't work properly or isn't good, then I wouldn't want it to completely take over any jobs. So I am assuming it, actually does what it's supposed to here with minimal accidents. I think it could be a way better driver than, like, 99% of humanity. The amount of dumb fucks in this area of the UK alone who simply cannot drive is simply embarrassing. I swear, literally nobody in this country can fucking drive. It's so bad. There's so many absolute morons on the road. If we had AI drivers, I think they would unironically cause less accidents than the dumb fucks in, the council estates and, highways of this country. God damn. Your typical someone. Very interesting prompt. I really like this one. Thank you so much. This has been my favorite Q&A so far, I think. Next up, Anonymous V2. Aliens have visited the Earth and contaminated 99% of all of our drinkable water. What steps would you take to trying to solve our new global water problem? Well, we are going to have to find a way to filter that water. It's the only way. Because if we've only got 1% of our drinkable water, we are facing a mass extinction event. We are going to have to take undrinkable water that hasn't been contaminated, or the contaminated water, and find a way to filter it into something drinkable quickly. I think the easiest and most obvious thing would be to take ocean salt water and filter out the salt to make it purified, fresh drinking water. This could be done all over the world, and I think this could save a hell of a lot of lives. I think it's already a system in place in a lot of ways, although that might mean it's contaminated. I think then you got to find sources of water from other things. There are lots of foods which contain water. Does the drinkable water include fruits and juices from the fruits that grow on trees? What exactly is this contamination, and is there a way to filter it out, I guess? Because, if it's all drinkable water, then we've got to invent a completely new way of creating drinkable water, which is not going to happen fast enough to save the vast majority of humanity that's going to perish, can the thing is rain drinkable? You could use that? I don't know. I'm not really sure. That one stumped me. But I hope some smart people come up with a solution quick, because then we're all going to die if we don't. 1-2 days, and we die of dehydration. It's a real thing. Silly little curious fella. It's just a silly, goofy little fella. Just your little curious fella. Says, in your opinion, what do you think would be the most likely criminal offense you commit? Ooh, that's a good question. The truth is, a lot of us are criminals without knowing it. A lot of people have committed minor crimes without, you know, even knowing about it. Like, you know, copyright infringement. You're telling me in the last, like, 10 years, I haven't accidentally used a copyrighted image on a monetized stream at some point? Or even a non-monetized video from years ago? Surely there's been a point where I've accidentally had something copyrighted that just nobody's noticed. I don't know, I'm just saying. I'm thinking the most likely actual crime for me to commit would probably be something that is not that bad, but is criminalized in the UK. Such as smoking weed or prostitution. I'm not saying I would, but if I'm thinking of things that should be decriminalized, but aren't, for stupid reasons. Funny story, I was in a group chat recently, and people were talking about vices, you know, alcohol, drugs. And there are a lot of harmful drugs out there. But weed, specifically marijuana, is perfectly legal and acceptable to smoke or even eat in the form of edibles in a lot of places. The UK is not one of them. If I was found even possessing that, I would be arrested. I would be handcuffed, put in prison for maybe a few months. I don't know. That's a crime here. And yet cigarettes and beer is encouraged and not a crime. It's absolutely backwards. But yeah, marijuana's negative effects don't come inherently from the product. They come from addiction and overuse, which is the exact same as beer and the exact same as cigarettes and the exact same as everything else. Except cigarettes are actually worse. Cigarettes are inherently bad. Smoke one cigarette, it's not saying you can die, but it will never be good for you. It doesn't do good for you. Those should be outlawed. But that's something you can do overnight with all the addicts, I guess. At least we've got alternatives, like the pads and like edibles probably, that don't actually puff smoke. The thing is though, vape as well has utterly failed. It's just smoking but fruity. Weed, marijuana, it is one of those things that if it was made legal, I would be curious to try it because I've heard mostly good things about it. But I'm asthmatic, which means smoking anything is pretty much off limits. Like, I think I could smoke weed once and live, like it won't kill me, but I would probably suffer. It would be bad. I don't know how bad, but it would be bad. Of course, edibles are a thing, so you know, maybe I could have one of those, but the question is, would I do that while it was still a crime? Probably not, it's not worth it. What crime would I commit? I need to think about this, because I'm thinking about this from the point of view of, well, if that was legal, but no. If something's illegal, what is the most likely illegal thing that I could actually commit, like, today? Murder? There's a lot of bad people in the world, but, like, I don't think I have it in me to murder someone. Just, like, by principle. Maybe an accident, like vehicular manslaughter? Like, manslaughter. I mean, because manslaughter is just killing someone on accident. That is totally possible. If I learn to drive next year or run someone over, I mean, like, accidents like that are common. Also, there have been times where I don't know my own strength. I know I look like an absolute weed. Like, look at this. This very little muscle here. But, like, I am fairly strong for my size and age. It's weird. My muscle over here is a bit more stiff. The music was perfect, Lamau. Weed! Only one way to find out. Yeah, so, Corey, weed's completely legal where you are. I've seen Americans just casually talk about how they have access to weed and have smoked it, and it's great and all that, but I feel very strange, because it's like, in my head, it's like, oh my god, you're not allowed to do that, but of course they are. It's just they're a bit more enlightened, I guess, in that respect. But yeah, an actual crime? I can think of the ones I wouldn't. Maybe arson? Would I burn something? I don't know. Maybe property damage. I feel like there's a bunch of little offences that I would do on accident. Like property damage. On the high end of manslaughter. Maybe like... Or maybe... What's it called when you unintentionally assault someone? Like if someone sues you for assault and it's like you just bumped into them. I'm sure that happens. I don't know. I think copyright infringement, if I'm being honest. I think having like a monetized live stream like this, which accidentally includes something which isn't allowed to be redistributed or used in the way I used it for something that's monetized, I think that's probably the most likely. I'm not seeing any more new ones come in. Is that everything? Yeah, I think new ones will just pop up. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, okay, so you can highlight them. Nice. Forgot about that. But anyway, the questions seem to have dried up here, and it is 7 o'clock, so I'm going to be ending the stream soon. But this has been a lot of fun. Normal questions did not pan out the way I think it did, but we had a bit of a laugh. I'm going to delete that channel. I'm not even going to archive it. It has no reason to be. No one... Do anything with it. Hello? Oh, thank you. Yeah. I need to go get something to eat for dinner, because I'm getting real hungry. But again, everything's linked in the description. We've been going for almost 2 hours. I think I'm going to end the stream now. What do we think of the QR code? I should start using QR codes more. Like, guys, there are actually websites you can use to generate QR codes, like, quite easily. And I had no idea. I thought QR codes were this obscure thing. It was really complicated to make. No, I've recently looked this up. You can make QR codes by literally just adding a link or file onto any one of these websites. So maybe in the future, when I do my charity live streams, I could add this, and it could be like part of the setup, like scan this QR code to donate. So, you know, if you don't want to click the link or whatever, or for some reason it's more convenient, you can just like scan and go. That might be fun. And it's only covering up a bit more of chat, you know? It's like all the chat messages behind it were on screen anyway at some point, so it's not like anything's really missing. Again, the chat space right here, all of this, free real estate. As long as there's at least a bit of it visible, all the chat messages get their turn. And there's other places on the screen probably. But yeah, Corey, you're absolutely right. It is only specific states in the US where weed is legal. It is a state law, not federal law thing. I do actually know the difference. I've studied the USA from a few different angles. It's interesting. Unpopular opinion, I hate QR codes. They are simple, but don't give you any context on what site you're visiting. It can be tedious for people who aren't on PC or TV. I disagree. Dude, when I was on holiday, I found a random QR code on a brick wall next to a bench just in a public place. Scanned it. I found this hilarious Instagram page of this dog with a mustache. Like an actual trimmed mustache. I couldn't tell if it was edited or real. And it was like, hey, this is a marketing tactic. Also, as I've discovered in the last year, like exactly a year, my university uses QR codes for everything. Signing in, marking your attendance, just pull out your phone, scan, it's on your phone, boom, done. Just having them out in public places in the classroom, really, really useful. Maybe not useful for a charity stream, because you can just scroll down, the link's right there, but I feel like it's got potential. I feel like QR code's got potential, man. Does it have a QR feature built in? Ooh, I need to check that out. Corey, what the actual fuck? I've never had that experience with QR codes. They've always taken me where they're supposed to go. What QR code did you scan, buddy? Why was there porn and not the menu? What happened? Bruh. I mean, yeah, anything can be used for viruses or scams, though. Like, it's... I don't know what to say, man. I mean, I guess it's a valid concern. Forever Lock, welcome to the stream. Can you play Scratch? You mean like the teaching kids how to program Scratch? As in Scratch the cat with the sprites? No? You don't really play Scratch, unless you're talking about something else. I have used Scratch many a time, and I still have Scratch projects saved somewhere, but I'm not a coder. I don't know what exactly you want me to do with it. You don't just play Scratch. You're going to make something or play a Scratch game? You want me to just make a game? What? Huh? The last time I made games on Scratch was in like 2015 for an IT project in class. I don't think that's happening, man. I don't even know how to download GDevelop. I don't even know where to find it. I've never done that. Fair enough, Mac. Fair enough. Yeah, I think you make a good point. There's no preview with a QR. DJ, I haven't missed your question, by the way. Are there any games you look forward to playing and or returning to before the year ends? Absolutely. So, I got a bit of a list just to run through. Omori will return. Resident Evil 2 might not be this year, but I will get back to it. I need to play Resident Evil 4. I still haven't done that. I'm sure Baldi's will come back. Plus might get updated. Secret Laboratory is something I've neglected for a long time. I can hear the music now. Celeste might return. I'm not sure. I think it might. I really want to come back to Placid Plastic Duck Simulator. We didn't really finish this. We got started, but I think we need to do more. Was there anything else? There's a lot. I mean, I'm looking forward to a lot. Like, there's... I don't know, FNAF World, I still haven't finished. I want to do Update 2 and stuff. The Joy of Creation. I don't remember, dude. But you'll know when you see it. There's a lot of good stuff coming. Oh! Slender the Arrival Remastered coming out this Halloween. I'm going to play that for sure. Amnesia the Bunker on my list of horror games for Halloween. Yeah. 1 hour challenge making a game on Scratch. I'm ending the stream in like 5 minutes, guys. I don't have time. I can go check out Scratch if you want. I used to have an account, but I deleted it. I made a couple projects actually, now that I remember. But like, this is for kids. Like, there's nothing here for me. After watching Aria's video playing 100 Scratch FNAF fan games, I never want to use this again. I think if I'm ever going to give game development a go with like proper coding or something, I need to use a proper app like GDevelop, as Corey says. I've heard about this a lot in community build. It definitely seems like the best, most consistent, easy to use game developing tool for starters like me. And you know, there was a period where I wanted to make FNAF fan games, but those didn't pan out, and to be truthful, they were never going to be that good without years of proper experience. And if I was going to game develop just for FNAF fan games, I shouldn't be doing it at all. Like, there are fan games that exist that outdo anything I could do. There's no reason for me to make more in such an oversaturated market. I'd be better off doing something like No Sleep for Soul, another game we need to come back to, which is just original. And I don't really have an original idea for a game. I don't make games, I just play them. I'm just a snob who critiques them without ever making my own. But yeah, Speak Space idea! Or a Hydration Nation event. A game jam? Hydration Nation game jam? Do we have that many game developers? I'd be down if there's enough people, because if it's only like 2 people, it's not worth doing. But yeah, I don't know. Scratch is easy to script in. It's very good for beginners. Yes, I used it a long time ago, but not anymore. There's nothing there for me now. If I'm gonna code, it needs to be a high level. Anyway, I'm getting tired, so I've got a lot of games to play this coming year. But I'm gonna end the stream now. So, unless you guys have any more questions, thank you so much for watching. And, yeah, check out links in the description. We do have more questions. We have one more here. Guys, get your final questions in now, because I'm ending the stream. So, we got Purple Guy in orange, aka the Mustard Man from Pizza Sim. That's the one part of the Pizza Sim lore which I really don't like. Very confusing. Do you think you will change or rename any more series on your YouTube channel at some point? No, absolutely not. And I'm not just saying that because I can't think of any. But if we actually look at my channel, okay, Debate Drake's been overdue a rename for a long time. But I think things have settled. There are no other series that need renaming. I guess any of these could be tweaked, but I'm pretty happy with the names. I might remove the exclamation mark from research topics, but I just want to draw attention to it, you know. I think like most of the series are just the game titles, but the few that aren't, like Surviving 100 Days in Hardcore Minecraft, I guess I could tweak that for like searchability, just to call it like 100 Days Hardcore. So little things like that is definitely possible, but that's just the playlist name. The actual live streams have a different thing in the name. You know, nothing big like my other channels, which for some reason aren't linked on the banner anymore. I don't know why they're not appearing. But like Maximus and Continuity Era have been around long enough now that their names are definitely not going to change. And Continuity Era has itself a couple series, which are definitely not getting renamed. You guys, if I find these, you guys might have heard of DDLC Demystified or Track and Trace. I am very happy with these names and logos. They are not being changed. I don't know. I can't think of anything. I think Debate Direct's probably the last of the, you know, old school, I guess. Old school Mr. Matt. Because nothing else I can see getting renamed. No existing playlists or series. And most of them are just based on the game name, so, yeah. What is your favorite hydration drink, Anonymous? Well, right now, I got some milk, but I think the best hydration is just water, plain and simple. And I think it's like the perfect hydration would be like the purest, cleanest water possible. But my personal favorite, probably cream soda. It's like a very special party drink that isn't too sugary and bad and like sweet. It's got a nice flavor, and you know, highly redrinkable, addictive even. Guys, this substance isn't addictive. It's just highly replayable. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we have 15 questions in total here. If you've got any more, put them in now because the stream is ending. Big Mouth, welcome to the stream. You're bored as F because you have a 40-minute update. Cream soda's bad, not gonna lie, so much foam. Yeah, it's foamy. It's not for everyone. Dr. Pepper strawberry cream soda. I've never tried that. Interesting. Forever Lock, I ask myself the same thing every day. How are there only 4 views? Why am I not successful? Listen, man. Like, there are thousands of people just like me trying to do the exact same thing. It's tough competition. And also, it says 7 on my mobile now, but it's only 4 at a time. Most of my streams get between 50 and 100 views by the time the stream ends. It's just that, like, you know, there's only a few people on at any given time. If it goes over, like, 8 or 9, then it's, like, a lot at one time. The most I've had was, like, 30, I think. It's the most sugary drink you could have, but it's so good. I'll take your word for it. I don't know what Track and Trace is, but it looking kind of boring. I mean, the logo. Well, thanks. That's just hurtful, man. Please, at least critique it, man. Like, why does it look boring? This is actually curious. I'm actually curious, because here's the thing. So, your DDLC demystified, I am proud of this. This is definitely a better logo, mostly because it just steals an existing logo and adds something on top of it. Track and Trace is completely original, and now that I think about it, I could see this logo being rebranded, because there's no hint of what it actually is in the thumbnail. Like, you can't tell it's about a specific game. This is clearly about DDLC. This doesn't actually tell you, but maybe it isn't about one specific game. Maybe it could be expanded. But yeah, fun fact, Track and Trace, for those of you who don't know, is actually a series about everybody's favorite game. This game series. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. And it's in the corner of the thumbnail. It's kind of like Debate Direct. I guess this one could change in future. I don't know, but I'm happy with it. I haven't given it much thought, but I don't know what I would change it to. I don't think I'd change the name. I think I'd just change the logo to include FNAF in some way. Unless I decide to do non-FNAF episodes for Track and Trace. Like, what if I did that, you know? That could be pretty exciting, so... We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, did we get to the end of the playlist? There's no music playing. I think I actually played the entire... No, it's just not working. I'm very confused. Why is it not playing? Okay, that's weird. But yeah. DDLC actually has more stuff in the logo. Yeah, true. But you gotta remember, a lot of these look small. Logos don't want to look busy, okay? graphic design is something I'm actually good at, and let me tell you, this is a big improvement on the original Debate Direct logo. I did a comparison in Debate Direct 101. This is good, because it's normally going to appear like this. The original one was so over-detailed, it looked bad. Too many colors, too many textures, most of it completely redundant. But yeah, I think DDLC logo is better, because it does look good up big. Track and trace is just words. But yeah, Corey, that is disgusting. 129% of your daily intake? That is absolutely foul. I want to try it, though. Because you say it's good. And I like you. I trust your opinion. If I try and I don't like it, I'm going to blame you. I'm going to blame all over the place. But yeah, guys, that is the end of the stream. So, I'm going to go now. But it's been real. If you have more questions, leave a comment. I will answer your question. If, you know, I get comments like a month from now, I'll just put it in the next one. But yeah, please, let me know your comments. Put them in the description, all that kind of thing. You know, I should say the Slido has a lot of features. It's for like work presentations. It's not just like a Q&A thing. Like there are loads of things you can do with it. You can do like polls and quizzes. You see all this? This one right now, I think I need to end it. I need to, because like I've presented it, I think. Present full screen. Oh, you can do it like a proper thing. That's cool. But yeah, I need to like end the event because you have to set days for it to go. Is this just going to be open until September 1st? I can delete it. I don't really want to delete it. I just want to like close the event. Yeah, this is the audience Q&A. Can I... Whoa. Have you guys been giving the thumbs up and down on these? Yo, it's got a word cloud. This is actually really interesting. This is actually really interesting statistically. This gives me a lot of useful information. I could use this on like a mass scale or something. I feel like... Guys, if I did another like FNAF poll, I could definitely use this. How do I end the event? Is it just going to end by itself? Because I'm not going to be checking back here, so I don't want people to leave questions and me never answer them. Oh yeah, that's the QR code. It is public. Can I like finish it? I think I just have to let it automatically end. I'm not sure. Move to space? I think it'll just end on 1st of September at midnight in my time zone. So yeah. Yeah, that was it. That was fun. Coke or Pepsi? Pepsi. Just because Coke is so overrated. I will give my money to Pepsi. Support the slightly smaller business. Will I stay hydrated by the end of the stream? Absolutely. You know I will. You know it. But yeah, this was fun. This was awesome. I look forward to doing another one of these in like February next year. Every 6 months, guys. I don't get questions that often, and there's a lot of repeats, so I don't do them too often. But yeah, this has been excellent. I've had a lot of fun, though. Oh yeah. So let me unarchive that. So, markers answered. If I do that with all of these... Does that mean they've disappeared now from here? Huh. Well, that's that, I guess. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Right, guys. I've got stuff to do in preparation for my academic year at uni. I've been doing daily streams for weeks now. I've done loads of stuff. I've got all this events and stuff for you. The channel's going to be a bit inactive for a while. There will still be streams very soon, but they won't be as frequent, and I am tired, and I need to go work on continuity error. So, I won't see you tomorrow, but I'll see you very soon. I need to sleep, man. I'm tired. But yeah. Thank you so much for your support. I fucked that up. Thank you, as always, so much for your support. I'll see you all soon. Stay hydrated.